Hello everybody, Steven here with Cardboard Coalition, and today I figured I would bring you a how to play of Land vs. Sea. This is from Good Games Publishing. This is for ages 14 plus, 2 players, it's a 2-player, 3-player, or 4-player, and it takes about 40 minutes. And definitely keep in mind it's 2-player, 3-player, or 4-player. It's not that you can play it 2 to 4 players, there's actually those different player counts. So what we have set up and what we're going to talk about today is your basic game. Your basic game is a 2-player game, right? The 3-player is a variant, the 4-player is a variant. There's also variant scoring in the game, which we won't go over. There's mountains and coral and caravans and ships for additional scoring, but we're not going to go over that in this video. This is just going to be the basic way to play the game. The back of the box says it takes 2 minutes to learn. We'll see Rezvon disagrees with that, but we'll see how quick I can teach you guys this. All right, so here we go. First off, this doesn't count toward the teaching how to play time, but first off, let's go ahead and do the setup. The first thing you do is you choose who's going to be land, who's going to be sea. You take one sea token, you take one land token, you go and shuffle them up. You can put them in both hands, have someone pick whatever it is, shuffle them up, figure out who's who, right? And then go ahead and you can start. Once you do that, you've figured out who is going to be sea, who's going to be land. You go ahead and get out the scoreboard, which we have a cartoon that wants to be into everything. You go ahead and get out the scoreboard. Scoreboard is actually inside the box, right? So you have the scoreboard here. You also have some helping icons here, right? This shows bonus points. This is play again whenever you see that symbol, and this is steal whenever you see that symbol. So you go ahead and set the board where everyone can reach it, and everyone can see these extra symbols at the bottom to help you understand the game. Once you got that set up, go ahead and take the first player markers, you put them on the 0, and you are almost ready to play. The next thing you want to do is you want to go through the tiles, and you want to find the starting tile. I always grab the volcano first. You want to find the starting tile. I try to make sure I put these 2 tiles in the box at the top of the stack. But you find the starting tile, you go ahead and put it down on the table, any direction you want, but you go ahead and set it down on the table to start the board. Then you find the volcano side, volcano or whirlpool tile, and you go ahead and set this tile right here. Once you have those tiles placed, you take the rest of the tiles that you have, and you go ahead and shuffle them up or mix them up, and you make 2 equal stacks, equal amounts on both sides. Once that's done, it's time to start drafting. In Land vs. Sea, land always goes first. They'll tell you if you play different variants, like the 4-player, the youngest person at the table goes first, so on and so forth. But, so, land goes first. They pick a tile from one of these 2 stacks. When picking a tile, you are not allowed to look at the bottom until after you've picked the tile. You only get to pick the tile based on what you see on top. So land's going to pick 1 tile. And then it's C's turn. C's going to pick 1 tile. You go clockwise around the board. C's going to pick this one. They could pick this one too, but they're going to go ahead and pick this one. Now if they pick the tile, they can go ahead and look at the bottom to see what they're looking at. All right. But you don't really want to show anybody else the bottom of your tile, right? Then land gets to go again. They'll pick another tile. They're going to go with this one, right? Oops. Once they've picked their tile, they can look at the bottom, but they don't want to show anybody else. C's going to go, we're going to say C's going to go ahead and grab this one because it looks tempting to them. The C is going to look at the bottom, and they're going to go ahead and set their tile down. Now, the game is completely set up. So here is our 2 minutes. See if we can do this in 2 minutes. Here's our 2-minute how to play. All right. So how you play this game is you play a tile. Well, so when playing a tile, you have to match up edges. So land is trying to make land, and sea, right, is trying to make areas of sea. They're trying to close off areas of sea. You get points when you close off an area, right? So land's going to go ahead and take a tile. They're going to go ahead and place it. The only rules for placing is sides have to match. You can't, let's say this tile's already there. I can't place like this. This doesn't match. Sea or land if they're trying to place that tile because the edges always have to match whatever's there. So land takes the tile, they go ahead and pick where they want it to go and they place it. Then C follows through and they take a tile and they go ahead and place it. Oh, hold on. After land's placed their tile, then they draw another tile. Once again, they don't look at the bottom, they can only look at the top. Then it's C's turn. C places a tile, right? And then draws a new tile, or as many tiles as they can. They draw up to 2 tiles. Now, as I said, the goal of this game is to create land masses or bodies of water. Bodies of land, I guess, are bodies of water, right? And you do that using these tokens, these tiles, sorry. There are a couple different things that you're going to notice with the tiles, so let's go ahead and run through them. You always have land and sea. You have illustrations, some of it's for fun, some of it's for bonus scoring. X's mean bonus points, right? So whenever you see those X's, that means there's bonus points. Whenever you see one of these, it means that you can take a second action. So you can set one tile down and then go ahead and take a second action. If you see one of these, when you place it down, you can go ahead and steal a tile from another player. You can only look at the top side of their tile. You can't look at the bottom, and you choose one of those tiles and you steal it, right? So that's how, that's pretty much everything you're going to see on these tiles, right? So you place your tile, use any actions. Those actions are either going to be steal or play again, right? Play a second tile. And then we want to look at scoring. So scoring, let's see if I can do this really quick and do it properly. So to score, you have to close off a landmass. This is going to be a little difficult for me because I'm not the best at the puzzles, right? Does anybody see something that works? Maybe this one. I think this one actually would work. All right, so let's say this is one of my tiles. So let's say is land, I put this last piece down, which makes an actual full piece of land. The same goes for C, but now we have a full body of land, full body of water would look different. Now what I do is I count 1 for each tile contributing, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this has 2 bonus tile, or 2 bonuses. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would get 6 points, and you would move the land marker 6. Now, with all that said, C, let's say C actually has this tile, right? C can go ahead and also to close off a landmass, right? Only land gets these points because it's land, so land would get 1, 2, 3, 4 points, and then C would get the 2 bonus points. Whoever finishes a complete set, encloses either water or encloses land, gets the bonus points, right? If it's land, they get the points for all tiles and the bonus points. If C had completed this, a land one, they would get just the bonus points. C would only get the bonus points, but land would get the 4 points for the tiles. All right, and then once you've done everything you can, play, do any actions, right? Play a second action, or steal. Where's our steal one? Or steal something, right? After you've done either of those actions, then you go ahead and draw up your hand. So over here, let's say if C just put that down, they would draw an extra tile, goes back to land. Now, let's say that land put this down, right? Let's kind of set this up. I'm knocking things everywhere. Let's say land puts that down and they get a steal, right? They get a steal one from C. They can only see the top. They take this one. They wouldn't draw any at the end of their turn because they already have 2. You always have 2 at the end of your turn. Always draw up to 2. All right, so let's go ahead and show one last thing to understand is this tile, right? Or the volcano. And what you need, or what you have to do with this tile, this is going to take me trying to do something that I'm not the best at doing. Let's say that we slowly start working our way around, right? Each person's placing their tiles down the best they can. I'm doing a horrible job at this right now. Right, this one wouldn't work. Come on, work for me. I'm trying to make this work. All right, let's go like this. That's better. All right. Let's say C put down this tile right here, right? They put down the tile. How the whirlpool or the volcano, whirlpool's just for sea, volcanoes for land. If you come to a spot where it's like this, where there's a border, there's 6 tiles around it and no tile in the middle, you would grab this tile and you go ahead and put it in the middle. You can put it any direction you want. Doesn't really matter. You go ahead and put it in the middle, right? So what this does is gives you 5 extra points, but the only way you get it is if you find a way to block off this part of water, right? So let's say once this happens, whoever, land or sea, whoever does this, so it's completely closed off, gets those bonus points, right? They get all these bonus points, but they'd get those bonus points, right? So just keep in mind the whirlpool or the volcano is to fill in a circle, or when there's tiles all around it, you fill it in. And if it's like this, no one gets any points yet. It's once someone seals off that area, land or sea. All right, the game ends once all the tiles are gone. If one stack seems to be chosen from a lot, you go ahead and take the stacks, you divide them into 2 even stacks, doesn't even really matter. You just try to make sure you have 2 even stacks. We got a cat here again. And you keep playing until all stacks are gone and all tiles are played. So this would obviously be a big map. These would all be gone. Once that happens, then you've hit the end game and you go ahead and see who the winner is. That is basically how you play land versus sea. Like I said, there are extra scoring options. They give you tiles for those scoring options, right? Which will help you. And also on the tiles, it'll tell you, are you playing with 2 or 4 players? Are you playing with 3 players? So you get extra scoring options if you want them. But this was the basic 2-player of land versus sea, right? This is from Good Games Publishing. It's for ages 14 plus. It's for 2 players, 3 players, or 4 players, and it takes about 40 minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Help us grow this coalition by liking, commenting, subscribing, and hit the bell notification, right? See you guys later. Bye.